Hello and welcome to Backstage Buzz at the Mac, where you get the inside story and the art scene right from the directors and creators of the shows, along with events hosted at the Mac. I'm Diana Martinez, and we have some great guests lined up for today. First, we welcome back director and COD faculty member Connie Canaday-Howard, who will talk about her plans for the next college theater production, Girls Like That. Then we'll speak with John Weber, director of school and family programs at the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, about the fun and family-friendly Once Upon a Symphony show coming to the Mac in May. Last, we'll hear from faculty member Donna Douglas, who choreographs and instructs all levels of students in the dance program at COD. We'll talk about this year's Spring Dance Showcase. All of the great programming to be covered in this episode is just around the corner and will be coming to the Macinich Art Center throughout April and May. You may remember my first guest from our very first episode of Backstage Buzz. At that time, she was directing College Theater's holiday favorite, A Christmas Carol, and she was starring in Don't Dress for Dinner, the first show of Buffalo Theatre Ensemble's comeback season. All the while, she was teaching full-time during the winter semester. Well, now it's the spring semester, so let's see what she's up to. Here to talk about all this is Connie Canaday-Howard. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you. So you've had a really good, I think, comeback season for Buffalo Theatre Ensemble.
We have.
And you have some good news. You want to share it?
Yes, we are Jeff recommended for good people.
So for people who don't know what Jeff recommended means, it is like the Tony Awards of Chicago.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
That's the easiest way to put it.
Right. The full title is it's the Joseph Jefferson Committee, but we call it the Jeff Awards, and it's the Tony in Chicago.
And they have recommended the show, so that means go see it. It's a good show.
Yes.
And then come Jeff's season when they announce what you have been nominated for. Explain that process.
On opening night, there are 7 judges who attend the show. 5 are from the Jeff Committee and 2 are from the artistic team, which is a subdivision of the Jeff Committee. So there are 7 judges. And if at least one, and it could be multiple, we're hoping it's multiple, aspects were considered outstanding, then the show is Jeff recommended, and then the Jeff Committee sees the show in the rest of the run. So everything for the production is eligible for Jeff recommendation and nomination.
And to give people an idea, it's not just 7 people who are seeing the show. There'll be dozens and dozens and dozens of members that will come now throughout the run because it's been noted.
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
I love the show. I thought it was interesting. To me, it was all about how people lose their empathy for other people as time evolves. You know, when you're in the same boat, you're one person and you have all this camaraderie, and then if somebody becomes more successful, some people lose that, you know, and
I think, for me, I think it's lots of things.
it's so many things.
It was nominated for the Pulitzer. And I think, and won the Tony, Frances McDermott won the Tony, all kinds of great aspects on it. But the thing that speaks to me the most is that people, how do you define what's good? And ultimately we have to define it for ourselves, beyond niceties, what makes you a good person. And really everybody, all of the characters we see in the show, and what makes it so producible and relatable to audiences is that everybody's actually a good person, but they see the world from different perspectives.
And usually their own.
Yes, yes, and then what happens is that the interaction makes them see things that they hadn't seen before, but it's ultimately a really uplifting piece about the ability to forge forward.
Well, congratulations. It's a beautiful show.
Thank you.
So let's talk about your next project, Girls Like That.
I'm so excited about it. Girls Like That premiered in the UK in 2013. And it was a project of 3 theaters together, 2 professional theaters and then a professional children's theater. And both of the first 2 companies also had children's theaters. So it was workshopped with director and playwright and young actors. So young girls from the ages of 13 to 16, there was a 17-year-old, I guess, in the mix too. And so it came out of workshop and then was scripted. But the piece is really an ensemble piece. In fact, when you get the script, the designers and I were just talking about it recently, because when you get the script and you open it, it's all kinds of dialogue, but it's not designated to any one person. So every production chooses their own way
interesting.
to produce, to arrange it.
And the show, the subject matter is very timely.
Oh,
It's about social bullying, social media bullying, and abuse in young people, and how a girl gets bullied on social media.
It's also about gender disparity, and all of the roles are played by the ensemble. So our ensemble is 15 girls, and they will play male, female from all different ages. And there are flashbacks to different sort of iconic moments in history, like a World War II woman fighter jet mechanic,
Interesting.
a flapper, sort of a woman who's coming into adulthood in the 70s, in a sort of the hippie generation. A young intern at a law office in the 90s. And what we learn is the young woman who's been bullied through social media, these actually are who she is descended from. A line of really strong women. And what we learn is that in some ways it's about the ability to stand apart from a group and stand up. And in order to stand up for someone else, you have to first stand up for yourself. And it's using the backdrop of females, but it's really a show for everyone. And it's a great group of young women that we're going to work with. I'm so excited.
Well, I'm sure the girls are going to love this show.
They do. They do. So.
You know, it's important too, I think, to nurture young women, young college women, and talk about who are the role models in society, and to learn to stand up for yourself in a respectful way.
Yes.
You know, and in the right way.
Yes.
And I think that's a great message. So when does the show open?
It's the first week of April. I think it's April 5th.
And it's suitable for who? What age group? So if you have a young girl, is it appropriate?
Well, there is quite a bit of profanity in
Okay.
the show, adult language. Again, it was workshopped with 13 to 16-year-olds. So certainly high school, and then I think it's dependent upon family, younger. I have 2 daughters, and we were very open in raising them, so they probably would have seen it even in older elementary school. But I'm not suggesting
If they're sophisticated enough and
Right.
and been exposed to certain things,
Yes.
then it'd be good.
Yes.
Well, this is an exciting project. And what's your next PT project?
It's called Improbable Fiction. It's by Alan Ayckbourn, who is Britain's Neil Simon. It's a hysterical piece about a writers group. We hear often about book clubs. I belong to 2. And this is a writers group. So it's a group of writers who get together once a month and talk about their writing and read portions of their writing in this little town in Britain, outside of London, and it's right before Christmas, and they're all kind of experiencing writer's block, and so they break up for the holiday, and he's just about ready to turn off the lights downstairs, and then suddenly there's a crash of thunder, and suddenly we're inside everybody's story. So the characters that you've seen reading each other's stories now become the characters inside the stories, and it's sort of what is possible when you let your imagination run. It's fun.
Well, good.
Yes.
Well, we're going to need some fun soon,
Yes.
so we'll be looking forward to that.
Yes.
That's all the time we have. Thank you so much for
You're
coming
welcome.
to share all your great projects.
You're
and how
welcome.
you're in 2 book clubs is totally beyond me. Thank you so much. College Theater's production of Girls Like That runs Thursdays through Sundays, April 6th to the 16th. Tickets to the show can be purchased at the Macinich Arts Center box office or online at themac.org or by calling 630-942-4000.